What's up, guys? Barry Game here, back with some more Out of the Heroes, and today, well, we're going to be talking about one of the tough decisions you're going to have to make for your account in the next, honestly, 4 months, because when we get to the end of the year, we have so many events. We have the Halloween event coming up next week, which we might even get some spoilers for here today, seeing maybe what the new Gaggy Transcendence hero looks like. We'll have to see a little bit later when the news comes out. We also have, of course, Black Friday and Thanksgiving next month, which should be a regular hero. Not expecting that event to be very big, besides for those of you who have high VIP. In case you guys have not been around for previous Black Friday events, if you don't have VIP levels, it's usually an okay event, but if you are a spender, it is a god tier event. We'll talk about what you can get from that as well. We have Christmas coming up in December. That should be another Transcendence hero. And then I believe, let's actually take a look. Chinese New Year 2024. That looks like it's going to be happening in February 10th. So that means they might be messing up the schedule again so that they can release a hero, a Transcendence hero, around that time. So be prepared. There might be a switch up just like we had this month on the event rotation, and it could get sticky. But let's talk about what each one of these events can do for you and whether you should go for them or save. Let's get going. So let's start with next week. It should be the heroic summoning event. It should be the Transcendence hero, not for Betty, that already happened, for the new Gaggy warrior hero. Is this hero going to be any good? Really don't know. It is a warrior, and traditionally they make warriors in this game very, very good as Transcendence. We have literally the best heroes in the game. Asmodee's still not that bad, but we have Lord of Fear Aspen, the single best hero in the game. Doom Terminator Vulcan, Hyperspace Hunter Ilamok, Star Swordsman Mockman. They all do their job pretty much the best, and sometimes just best at multiple different ones. So I'm optimistic that this hero is going to be good. However, I don't know if this is technically an event you want to use your heroic scrolls on, because as you guys know, these things are going to be used very much in the next few months, like very, very, very much. You're going to want to save quite a few of them up. Granted, you might be able to participate in multiples if they're really good ones. You might only need like 1,100-ish, somewhere in that ballpark, per event. So if you're close to 2,000 and you don't really care about building the hero necessarily or going for the prey hero events, you could just save up and cash in on multiples of these so that you can get multiple Core of Origin chests. You can get multiple Essence Sublimation chests. Maybe you can even sneak and get some Scattered Spirit Vein or some Divine Power Aurora Gems. I don't know if they're going to be giving those out or not. It might be an option, but just remember, this week coming up is going to be for Gaggy. It's probably an okay event. Now, when we move into November, Thanksgiving is separate from Black Friday, I believe, because Thanksgiving is a Thursday and we usually have the week before. Chances are this is going to be the event we have on Thanksgiving, so we might actually have a very profitable profit orb event. So keep that in mind. You might want to be saving up more profit orbs for that event. That could be really good, but typically VIP level is what reigns supremes on Black Friday, which is when the next hero should be released. And who is it actually going to be? What are we missing? Actually, yeah, what are we missing? We have Shadow, Light, Dark, Fortress, Forest. We're going to have Abyss. I guess you could start the rotation again, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be the 6th hero with Gaggy. Yeah, they might, we don't know who the next hero is going to be for Christmas. My guess is it's going to be either a light or, no, it's going to be a dark hero. I think a dark hero is going to come out on Black Friday, the regular version, and then at Christmas we're going to get like the Dark Transcendence version, and then at Chinese New Year probably the light hero. But again, typically Black Friday is very much a VIP event, so just beware. This is probably not an event you want to go for. However, Thanksgiving potentially could be good because it should line up with a Profit Orb event. After that, we have the Christmas event, which is probably going to be the one that most people want to go in on. I did not mean to click that. We should be getting a dark hero, and it looks like we've had warrior, mage. Looks like we might be due for a ranger, hopefully not an assassin, because it seems like they're really weird in this game how they make assassins. They're either like full support or full damage, but full damage aren't really competing necessarily with the warriors. We'll see. Carry is the last ranger we had, so I'm thinking it's gonna be a ranger. However, Transcendence heroes, rangers are more or less support heroes, which again is kind of weird. Natalia kind of broke that where she's like a hybrid damage dealer slash supporter. It's really weird, but most of them pure support. But Christmas event is usually pretty good. So again, you're going to want to save up these heroic scrolls for that event. My guess is Dark Hero is coming out. My guess is very good event. Usually Christmas is one of the top like 3 or 4 events of the year. However, if I remember correctly, last year's was a little disappointing. So hopefully they up the ante. But yeah, Christmas isn't the end of it, because then we have January and February that are also big events coming up as well. As far as the calendar says, Chinese New Year is going to fall on February 10th, which means we should have a heroic summoning event at the end of the month. So if I pull up a calendar real quick, in January, technically we should have what? So this should be Christmas week. We should get a hero. So then it's 1, 2, 3. So we should get a new regular hero, most likely a light hero, on January 19th. Because, well, it should be big emphasis on should. It could be whatever they want, which means 1, 2, 3 weeks later, we're going to have Chinese New Year, which I assume they're going to mess the schedule up again. They're going to rotate it and make that another heroic summoning event. Usually Chinese New Year is a 2-week event. It lasts 2 weeks. There's no special events on the second week. It's just 2-week event. And it should be a light hero. We've had warrior, we've had ranger, we've had mage, we've had priest. Looks like it could be an assassin or a priest, leaning more towards assassin. We know how the last one turned out. Tussilago was probably the biggest disappointment in Chinese New Year history in this game. Hopefully it doesn't replicate it. However, Chinese New Year is one of the best events in the year, and probably one that you want to save at least 1,100 heroic scrolls for. So that is the little synopsis for you. A lot of you guys that are veterans might already know a lot of this information, but some of you guys might be newer to the game or never really paid attention to past year's events and how they lined up, but that should give you a good idea. Save heroic scrolls. Again, Profitors might be great for Thanksgiving. There are some other special events in between all those, like we should also have Valentine's Day landing on Chinese New Year, making Chinese New Year even better. We should also be getting a regular New Year's event after the Christmas week, so there's a lot of big stuff coming up. We'll probably be starting a free-to-play account like we typically do at Christmas or around Christmas time. Keep an eye out for that. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. I'll see you guys next time.